and welcome to the newest Reykjavík Grapevine's newscast, or Volcano cast, perhaps. This will only be news about the volcano that is erupting, and perhaps, as you can see, never as majestic as now. It's been very, I mean, look at this. This is shooting up at least 100 meters in the air. There is a mountain forming all around. This is at least 50 meters. A lot of things have happened. There's been so bad weather here that we haven't been able to hike to the area since Friday. It has been closed because of weather. A lot of drama has been happening. A lot of like the search and rescue squads in Iceland, they have been very busy, and I'll tell you all about it. When we drove here, we saw hundreds of cars. I think we were estimating it was at least about 1,000 cars in one parking lot in the area before starting the hike. And you can see there, of course, it's hard to assess how many people are here actually because these mountains are so big. There might be 5,000, there might be 500. It's impossible. But I think they perhaps under 1,000 people just in the hills here. So there are a lot of people hiking here. I'm going to go over that a little bit also. There are some things that you need to have in mind when you come here. But there are also news yeah, I mean, there's always news. It's a volcano. I mean, look at it. It's incredible. So, after this... To begin with, the changes on the volcano has been quite drastic since we were here the last time, which was on Friday, and today is Wednesday. We're shooting this on the Wednesday, August 10th, 11th. I failed to check it out. You can see, of course, that the crater is coming up. This will be a huge mountain in the end, of course, and we will have to name this something. The beloved helicopters. How I miss their drones. Okay. Not only that, there is a huge pool here. You can see it all around, right? It's different from the other lava. Of course, this is coming up from the old lava, and this pool is melting everything, and now this is just a huge hot pool between 1,000 and 2,000 degrees on Celsius. This can be quite big. This is with the bigger I've seen actually when it comes to the volcanoes. We have seen a lot, of course, here in these hills. And it's interesting because you can see also it doesn't flow over, not yet. This can be quite a display when it started to like bubble. It almost becomes like independent life somehow. Not the best choice of words, but I cannot find better. So, in the end, of course, when it's too big and there is too much flow, it will flow over. And when that happens, it will hopefully not pose any danger to anyone. You can see how relatively safe this is, actually, especially when you're in these hills. And you can see that it will flow over, and it will be very quick, and it will be very fast event also. And it will be fantastic to see it. I can promise you that, actually. Also, I want to go a little bit over the weather. You have to check out my glasses here. I'm trying to have glasses, but this is harder than you think in a hike like this. But we have to talk about the weather. On Friday, of course, we told you that the weather would be bad. The weather forecast was quite horrible, actually. We are in what do you call it? Like low pressure. Or something like that. We call it lægð in Icelandic. This means that we have a lot of rain, a lot of pressure in the air and so on. And it's not a nice weather that comes out of this. And a lot of things can happen. For example, today the weather forecast was fine. It was even partly sunny in the weather forecast. But now it's raining. So a lot of things can obviously happen. Yeah, I don't even see anything anymore. But the thing is that on Sunday, the search and rescue teams, they closed this area completely off. And they did this because the weather forecast was absolute shit. pardon my language. But the thing is that not everybody was listening to this, and there were hundreds of people who tried to get to the area and hiking here, all of these 15 kilometers. They are, of course, only 7 kilometers here and 7 back, and not only, it's quite a bit, right? And there was like a very heartbreaking moment. There was an Israeli family, and they were actually like hiking here with the children. They missed my video, I guess. I didn't see that there was bad weather, and this is no place for children, at least not the smaller ones. And the thing is that the children, of course, got so tired on the way back that they couldn't hike anymore. The father took the children, and there was a very heartbreaking photo of him where he was holding his kids in his arms and trying to hike this route. Now, it's impossible to do this for a longer time. You can do this for a few hundred meters, perhaps, if you're a grown-up, strong man, but not much more than that. So the search and rescue teams actually came and asked to help them, but they said no to this because they were afraid that this would cost them a fortune. Because not everybody have the same system as in Iceland, although I think most have it, which is basically that we don't charge anyone for this. Sorry. It's like hard to see because of the rain. This also means that, the thing is that, of course, the search and rescue teams in Iceland would never ever charge you for anything. And the reason is, no matter how dumb of a decision you have taken, it's always a mistake, and they always view it like that. Nobody intends to go and be in danger. And to be fair, 99% of these cases are people that know what they are doing, but they're unlucky, or they perhaps took a chance that didn't work out. I have done this a million times. I'm not the most responsible guy either here, and this means that, I've just always been lucky, or my assessment was right. But this doesn't always happen, and my luck will probably run out one day, trust me. For how often I'm here in this area, the time will come that I will hike here in a crazy weather and think I'm way too good as a hiker, and of course be absolutely wrong about this. But these people, they were actually saved finally when this was explained to them, that the search and rescue teams do not take money for their help. And also, I said this, of course, in the last video, we donate to the search and rescue teams, first of all with the government giving them money, of course, but also all the fireworks. When you see the fireworks, that is the way for the search and rescue teams to fund themselves. And Icelanders are absolutely nuts about this, and they have enough money to be in business more than fine over the year. And also, all the people in the search and rescue teams, they are actually volunteers. When you need the help from the search and rescue teams, do not hesitate. Call for them. This will both save your life, and this is what they do, and it's their bread and butter and what they love, basically. Also, the civil defense, they announced this week that we should be prepared that this volcano here will not be a short event. This will be on for months, in their opinion, and that means that it will be very similar to the volcano that used to be here, like in Meradalir and all of these craters that were there. That was one event. This is, of course, like a part of that series, scientists think now. But this is perhaps good news, of course, for travelers. If you want to come to Iceland, well, this will probably still be here, even if you're coming here in the winter, October, November. But after that, it's hard to say what will happen. It's even hard to say after October or November. Before that, it might go off later today, but in my opinion, this is way too strong. Also, the volcano itself is actually growing strength. And you can perhaps see that, of course, it's smaller in size, but the cubic meters per second seems to be getting stronger and stronger. But we're, of course, not quite sure how high that is. Scientists from the University of Iceland, they are still trying to assess this, and of course it takes time, Now, here's an odd one. the earthquakes have started again. What does it mean? I've been very clear about what that means actually. When I say when the earthquakes are happening, the magma is on its move. We felt this the other day. Polly was of course not very fond of this. But scientists are saying now that the quakes before this event, they actually changed the surface. I don't really know what that means, but that's what they say in the news and the interviews. And this means that it's releasing energy here and there, meaning we are getting earthquakes up to like 3 to 4 in magnitude, and we are feeling them quite well in Reykjavík. It's getting hotter here. So this is not a concern. This is definitely not magma, according to the civil defense. But it's definitely a weird one because after the last series of volcanoes, then the earthquake completely stopped. And when I say completely stopped, I'm not talking about there was no earthquake. I'm saying like there was nothing over 2 or 3 in magnitude, and we didn't feel anyone. But there are always quakes around here that are smaller ones, and that's just for various reasons. Yes. Now, I also told you this in the last newscast, but I wanted to explain this a little bit more because there has been development in this. Of course, the civil defense decided the last weekend, or like this week, that children younger than 12 years old would not be allowed to go to the volcano. Icelanders are furious about this for understandable reasons, because Icelanders know this. I mean, this area here is not very alien to Icelanders. We know it very well. We know the weather very well. We know how we can change. We know these terrains here and so on. And all of our kids have hiked here and back, and it's been fine. I mean, Icelanders do this a lot. We hike with our children. We show them the nature and so on. But now a 12-year-old can't go here, Icelandic kid, and see the volcano. A bit because the tourism is they are not well enough enlightened about the situation here, and like then they are punishing all of us. And this means that Twitter was very harsh about this. The Pirate Party even, they actually said that this was odd and it felt like not a very well thought out decision, and they asked why 12, for example. The reasons for this ban actually is because the gas from there is dangerous for smaller lungs, underdeveloped lungs, if you will. And that is true. I mean, this is the reason we don't take out dogs here, unless there is like that kind of weather going on. The thing is, of course, they also the hiking route here is, as you can see, not the easiest one. This is rocky the whole time. This is not perhaps always in a hill like this, but like this is the reason also we go into these shoes. These shoes are like ski shoes basically. And we do it not because they are so cool, we do it because we don't twist our ankles in them. And it's really easy to twist your ankles in these terrains here. So every time when I see people in sneakers here, I'm like, I mean, if you're 20 years old in a sneaker, I probably it's not going to be an issue. But if you're a 50-year-old man, like a middle-aged man like me, in sneakers, the odds are that you're going to twist your ankle. And when you twist your ankle badly, well, I mean, you're probably going to need some help after that. So, of course, this might be revised, this ban with children under 12 years old. My personal opinion is that this is out of character actually for the civil defense. I think they are doing this more just to, it's the police in Suðurnes, that actually implied this or implemented this. I think they are doing this just to have give them the power basically to stop these hikers. But still, I mean, if you want to have some laws, you have to have it from them all and so on, and you can't one have to go for everyone. So it's I don't know, but I think it's a weird one. I think you should trust the parents to do this, but not all of us are very responsible. Now it's getting significantly like warmer here, but it's also getting really hard to hike here. So, but here's one thing I wanted to tell you in the end. It's really important that you check out the forecast and even stop and ask the search and rescue teams how the weather is up there, because helicopters, I don't know if you hear them like me, but I can't even hear myself when this happens. Now, today is it's 11th of August. We're shooting this then. And the thing is that when we came here, we checked out the weather forecast like always. I just took those with me because I always do. I also like same with the cap and so on. Although I always forget the cap, I didn't forget this time. But the thing is, we thought it was going to be much warmer, but we have gone through rain, a lot of wind, and it's been like. And we actually just hike a portion of this route because we have press passes. We can get a little bit closer just because of time and so on. But the thing is that even for us, it's quite something. So I think that when it comes to like hiking here, you really need to be prepared for whatever. If it's nice weather in the city or the town of Grindavík, it doesn't really tell you much of how things are here. This is the wilderness. This has literally its own weather system. It just blows somehow, and then it rains, and then it doesn't. It's just absolutely random, and you need to be prepared for this. Of course, be in like good gear, and also listen to the search and rescue teams, and talk to them even before you go up. Just ask them how's the gas, how's the weather, and all of them are quite fun. And as I said, you can be talking to a lawyer or a engineer or I don't know, like whoever, or a journalist even. Like these people are volunteers from all kind of jobs, all kind of people, and it can be really interesting also just to talk to them. Just keep in mind that they are of course in their job, so they might be busy as well. So don't keep them occupied. But this is the end of the newscast. If you like this kind of stuff, we are going to come up here again, of course. You can like and subscribe and become a member. That would be wonderful if you could take your time to do so. And until then, we're going to show you more of the volcano. Our picnic is going to do its magic, whatever that is. And probably cut me off when I try to tell his name, which is... Oh, not today. See you then.